We're continuing our Shiur on Otzrot Chaim. We are on Daf Hey Amud Beis, just at the end of perek Aleph. Just much at the end, we're just finishing off the Ramozim, various Ramozim to show how all Sag came out to Enaim. So there's a very strong kesher between Sag and Enaim. So he brought various ways how to see this through various pasukim. So we saw also a pasuk from Daniel, and we give a shot over there, and now he's going to give a different shot in this pasuk over here. So let's continue. It starts off Hine ayin gam ken nikrash al shem sag. Right, so he was trying to bring this comparison, this kesher between ayin and sag the whole time. So he says, Hine ayin gam ken nikra al shem sag. Ayin is also coming. Now he's going to show how that is. Kemo oizen choitem pe ken niskal el, because we saw the gematrias of oizen was 58 plus another 5, which comes out made 63. Choitim as well is the gematria of 63, and Pe is also 63 plus the Chaf Beis Oisius that came out to be 85, but there's 63 there. There's the Sag plus the Chaf Beis. So you see that there is in all the oiris that we saw in Achav, there is a musig of Sag, because again that is the power which is coming out from all these orifices. So we can see same thing by Enaim. Also, the source of Enaim, the oil which is coming up in Enaim, is also Sag. So it says, "V'nei be'inyan zeh, ki halo kasher hayu shlosha bechinas nitzkava oizen choitem peh shem tamim haya sham Sag shelehem bechinas havaya shel Sag shel Yud Ke Vav Dalet Ke Yud Vav Aleph Vav Ke Yud. So they tell you over here the bechina and the remez which is going to be. It's not the fact that we're going to take the gematria of ayin and come out with 63. That's not like what we did the previous three. But rather we're going to see that the ayin, what came out of the ayin, a sag. Now how is that represented? That's represented by havaya. What type of a havaya? That's called a havaya b'milui yudim. Okay, and that's the way it's spelled over here. That's the way you spell sag. Now, if you take the gematria of that shem sag, ve'omnam be'ayin hu b'chinas nekudos, which is that again we said sag the sag. Tamim the sag meant it's ab the sag. That's where the achav came from. When you're dealing with sag the sag, it's called nekudos. Who sag sheshlosha pamim heke. Right? So I think that. So all the oils would come out from achav. They're represented by this shem yud ke yud vav dalit ke yud vav aleph vav ke yud. That's the representation. When it comes out from the enayim, we're going to see that. Well, you see that comes out in the form of Aleph K, Yud K. Okay? Are you with me? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, the why 3? He says it comes out 3. Because we know the Nekudos has 3 types of Nekudos. One Elyon, Emtsoin, and one Tachton. And altogether, Hem begematria Sag, right? If you take the gematria of Eke, which is 21 times 3 is 63.
1 times 3.
Because there's 3 levels of Nekud. One Elyon, and Emtsoy, and Tachton. So that will give you 3 different Ekes with 3 different levels of Nekud. That's 63. That's your Sag. Zu b'china Sag asher b'ayin. So Sag asher b'ayin. Okay? V'hine kol shem Eke me'elu shlosha, all 3 of these Ekes. They take with them lokeach kol bechinos achaf beis oisius. They take all the bechinos of chaf beis oisius. Hanir mazim bekamas bepasach akenis kerev. Remember we spoke about all the different nekud and how we look at them as yudim, except for the first 2 kamas and pasach. That kamas, how do you spell a kamas? How do you look at a kamas? So a kamas is a line and another line coming down. So it's not really 2 lines, it's actually 1 line, 1 dot. So that is 16. That's a vav and a u, that's 16. And the Pasach, that is a straight line. That's a straight line. This is another 6. That's 22 altogether. Okay, so that's 22, representing the 22 oises, which represents the 22 kelim where they took. Okay? Now, Kedei lasus mehem kelim, alidei histaklus ha'ayim bahem. Right? He jumps you right through the deep end here. So this is something we haven't learned yet. We're going to see as the or enayim are coming out from the enayim, or enayim coming out from derech enayim, it's going to be shower from the achav. Remember the achav always coming out here. The or enayim coming up from the eyes are going to pulling through from the achav koichas, and those koichas are going to be making the kelim. That's what we call istaklus. The she'iva, the istaklus of the or nekudos being shower from the achav. Okay, so just imagine all these ekes are flying out. These 3 different ekes representing the 3 different levels here, and they're going to be show of this chav base oisius, which creates the kelim. Nimsa shlosha shamois eke im shlosha pamim chav base. Every eke takes another chav base. Gematria kuf lamed 130, and that is, guess what? The gematria of kaminyan ayin. Okay, so therefore he managed to, Baruch Hashem, get us to a gematria of ayin to show us that sag is related to ayin. Hashem sag is coming from the ayin. Hare, ech shem sag romuz gam ken be'ayin. Okay, so let me just show you. You have the charts over here. I just wrote it up for you, just summarize. Let's have a look over here just to make it more palatable. That's that one over there. The top one over there. So you see what you see over here? It says on the top, Yitzias, did I write it over here? Yeah. Yitzias are all Me'enei Ak. That's what we're speaking about over here. The top line, you have 3 ekes. You see them over here, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. So there, each eke is 21 in brackets in red. And then that's called the first all. And then you have the second all, third all. And each one took Chaf Beis Oisis, 22, 22, 22, which is a sum of 66. So you have already the sag over here. See the 63? That's the sag. That's Muhumas. That's coming up from the ayin. Plus the 66 is 129, which is the Kuf Lamed, which is Gematria of ayin. So you see the way the Arizal did this to ramize to you how the Naim, the sag is coming from the Naim. Okay, that's the first thing we see.
So it comes out these iris from Achav, they were originally in Nekudim, and now they're being used in Nekudim again?
They came out when they went back in.
They went back out, right?
Yeah, they went back in. So now they're coming out again through the coming out through. So there's two different worlds which comes out. Yeah. Okay, sure. So let's continue. V'zeh sod pekach, that is the sod of the pasuk. Remember, this is a different shot in Daniel's pasuk. Pekach enecha urei. There's a few different diukim you can make of it. Why did Daniel say pekach? Why didn't he say pesach? Why pekach? Enecha. Just say urei. Why enecha urei? Obviously, open your eyes, you're going to see it. What's the kama diukim here? So he says ki be'oizen choitem pe yeshlosh panim sai. But we know that, as we said before, oizen, the Osai came out, Pe, the Osai came out, Choitem Osai came out. Those are the Gimel Sagim over there, which has, which altogether is 189. Hem Gematria Pekach. That's the Pekach Shavo. He was meramis in his words, like the way Yaakov was speaking to Esav, he was meramis in his words, at Tefillah. So he's telling the Eibusha Pekach Lecha. That means the Haino, he was meramis on the Gimel Oilos of Oiz and Chotem Pe. Then after that came the Enayim. V'zu enecha. Zu enecha, as we just showed over here. Kishlosha eke, elu asher be'enayim, kulahem b'chinas eke, b'milu yudim. You can also look at it as milu yudim. Shehem gematria kasa. Shehem gematria kasa. I'll show you in the chart in a minute. So, you have coming down from the Enayim, this milui of, it's called eke b'miluim, it's called Kasa, that's the Gematria. Kiminyan enicha imakoila. That will equal this Havai, which is coming out from the Enayim, the Ag, which is Kuf Samech Vav 161, Gematria 161, it's called Kasa, it's coming from the Enayim, the Ag. There it equals Enayim enecha imakoil. So that's the pshat pekach unecha. V'zu pekach enecha ur'e shimon seinu. Look at our desolate state. Ki kan haya shemimon ubitul malachim. Bitul malachim. So let's just show that. I'll tell you the pshat in a minute. Let's just see the technical part of it. I'll tell you what the tefillah was all about. So over here, look at the second shlab over here. We have the three words over here. So this is the pasuk that Daniel is saying, Pekach Hanecha U'Shmon Seinu. And then you have the Pekach Hanecha U'Shmon Seinu. So there, what do you see? The first one is, you see that he speaks about the Oiz and Choit and Pei. All of them are sag, as I demonstrated over there. What was important now, so Pekach means he was milchamis to those Gimel Oiros coming out, the sags. Enecha is the Eke b'miloi, is Kasa, I didn't spell it out, but it's an Eke b'miloi, and then that equals Enecha v'mekoil. And Shimon Seinu, that is Merames on the Malachim, Shivil Malachim. The Kitzo, what was he telling? What was he davening for?
That's the Miliyutin one.
Well, the Eke, yeah. So he was saying to the Eibusher, listen here, we're in Golus, we're having a lot of Chatoim, a lot of Voinas here, but you have to understand the ganze Sibur of all this. You have to understand we're mamish oinit rochem and patre. It's because of the Shiur Malachim, because of the all in 9 that came out. We'll see that Nekudim came out in the 9. They shattered and they broke, and that created the Sigin, that created the Yetzer Hara, and because of that Shavira, that is what led us to this desolate state. Shemon Seinu, our desolate state that we're in now. Okay, so that was the power of Daniel, how he can merames in his tefillah such a powerful thing. Mamish, he would have never guessed it.
What is the gematria exactly of Eke? How do you get to that? To this,
Eke, so you spell it out. So it's Aleph, Lamed, Pei. You spell out every single letter of Eke, and you come out to the gematria 161.
111.
I see pay
161.
Pay 18.
Yeah. Okay, let me just bring out something a bit further from the Divrei Shalom. Divrei Shalom was a nechid of the Rashash. It just takes it a bit further to explain to you what we're going to see later on. As we spoke about over here, I don't know if you can see it clearly. This is the Eke Rishon, where there's 3 Ekes, right? There's Nekud Elyon, Nekud Emsai, and Nekud Tachton. The Nekud Elyon coming from the Oizen. Right, that's the highest. That's going to create, as the Ek is coming out, that's sort of a Nekud, which is coming out, a Nekuda, and that's going to create the Keli Kesser. We want to create Esed Kelim. From the Ek Shnia, that's the second oil which comes out, that's going to take it from the oilers of the Choitim. That's going to create a Keli Chochma. And then you finally have the third one, which is we're talking about Kesser Chochma Bina. This is the Bina. Going to create the Keli Bina, which is going to take the oil from the organs of Peh. And finally, the Zayin Tachtoinim, that happens that is a Staklus and Nekudim, and that we'll see is going to create the Kelim of Zat. Okay, just preempting. We haven't learned it yet, but of these gematrias of the Ekes, this is what the Rishon says. Yeah.
Why over here when you were explaining?
The first chelik, yeah.
So when were you busy with Oisius? You were busy talking about the Nekudas. You're saying Nekudas Elyon, Tachten, and
yeah, those are 3 Ekes.
You switched into Kaflis Oisius.
No, as well. We're going to see. I told you, as the all in Naim, these are the oils coming out, the Malchus of Ben, whatever. They're going to be shoev from the Achav, a koach, and that's going to be the koach to make their kelim.
Yeah. So what's Oisius? Oisius is kelim.
Oisius is a kelim. Yeah. So they're going to be shoev from this Achav, chaf based Oisius, each eke.
Each one gets. But there's only 22 Oisius. There isn't more. So how can you say 3 times 22 Oisius?
Each level takes its various bechinas. Each all takes its various bechinas.
And then the Nekuda has to be on any of these letters. So you know, or the timing would have to be on these letters.
The Nekuda is on the letter of the Shem, not the letter of the Chof Beis Yosef, is it? Huh?
What are you asking?
The Nekudas, where are they? There's Nekudas on the letters of the Shem or on the letters of the Chof Beis Yosef?
Yeah, these Nekudas are Pshuta Kamashma, little Nekudas.
Where? On which Yosef?
No, they're not. The spheres here. We're talking about spheres here. Spheres. They translate to us. We see it as Nekud, in a sefer. As
we relate to them as Nekudos on the shame of the Yud Kei Vav Kei B'milu Yud.
That's right.
Not on the Chof Beis Oisius, which came out on it.
No, the Chavis are the Bechina of Kelim, which are lavish, the Eures, right? You have always a Keli. you have a Keli. I know it's very abstract, but we can, because the truth is we haven't even learned the Sugya yet, because that's why there's no beginning end to this, yeah? But we're going to see later on as they're coming out, the only comment is pure all. Now, you can't have just pure all. There's no kiyum to that. The whole key, the whole reason why the matzil is doing this in order to be mashpia l'tach toinim, and you can't be mashpia just pure electricity. You're going to burn everybody out. You have to be malbish it in a keli. So the show from the achav. Okay, we'll see more about this.
And the 22 iris connected 22 osius.
No, not 22 iris. One o.
Because you said that the kaf base osius or kalim.
Yeah.
That means it's 22 kalim.
There's 22 kalim, yes.
And that means there must be 22 iris, no? There should be 22 iris to fit in those 22 kalim.
Yeah, I suppose you can subdivide it, but here the Arizal only talks about three, which have each one the 22. So
right.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, within each one, it's got that oil can be split.
We won't speak about that. We
want
to speak about the 10 oilers.
The 10 well,
10 oilers and the 22 kalim. That's the way we
right, because I suppose you got the 10 oilers when they all connect together. You've got 22. The 22 connections between the 10 spheres.
22 connections?
Connections, yeah.
We're not talking about connections.
We're
talking about the actual
kelim.
kelim.
Yeah, they got... I'm just trying to work out how you get...
Yeah, it doesn't spell it out, exactly. And it's a good point, how do you split 22 into
well, 10? The Gimel Imos, Shivik Fulos and the Yubes Pshutim. Which come from the 10. The Chorah. I don't know, but...
Stage, yeah. Okay, we'll see more about it. Like I said, this is it throws us through the deep end. But now we're going to start learning the sugya. Okay, so perek base, a new perek. Let's go. Now zolevad chila. Now we're going to start explaining. Ech yotzu elu nekudas. Now we're going to explain Poshut Pshat. Now what exactly happened to these nekudas, which we called what? Sag to sag, right? Nekudas or sag, and it came from the nekudas or sag, which came from the sag. Now we're going to get into more detail. Remember, so let's get our focus here. That we're all talking about Adam Kadmon. Everything is coming from inside Adam Kadmon till outside. Ki akudim hegiu ad tibo shel Adam Kadmon atzmo. We spoke about the all coming out in the nine. Where did they go? They go ad tibo ulemata. That's the place where all the worlds are going to be built. The world of Nekudim, Berudim, Atzilus, all that is going to be over there. Now the truth is, they come out from the Enayim. Why does he talk about Omrusha Akudim Hegiu Ad Tibo, because the Gilo is only Ad Tibo, because before that there was such powerful lights over there that we don't even see them, don't recognize them. They only recognize later on Ad Tibo. Ve'afal pisha amarnu she'oros yotzim derech nikvei apeva choitem zu ika oires, aber vadai gam derech koisle v'dofne aguf shel ze Adam Kadmon bokeya v'yotze o u'meir tamid bahem. Now all this time we've been going on and on and on and on about the all coming out from the Enayim, from the oires and choitem pei. But you have to know as well, also we're going to see all coming out from different places, from the Yesod of Ak, from the Tibo of the Ak, from the Ragle Ak. We're going to see different places. It also comes out. Okay. The Kavan is by Kikasher.
Does that mean it's coming out at the same time? When we spoke about the Achaf before, I mean at the same time it was happening in different places? Or was this what happens later?
It's coming out, yeah, all it's coming out.
Mamish Bavas Achaf.
We don't speak about it until it's Mamish Logeh to us. When it comes out from the Or Naim, and it's going to hit the Or Naim, that's when we speak about it.
But it was already there. When the Oris came out, the Oris...
Okay, we also Tamid. By him, it's always coming out.
Okay.
Kavan is by ki kasher yurota matzil lehatzil bechinos nekudim. Now, when the matzil, who's the matzil, by the way?
Eibishter.
The Eibishter is the matzil. Okay, we'll see. Well, actually, the Kerem Shlomo says it's Adam Kadma.
Ich bin wahnsinnig, Otto Kadman.
What?
Kommt von der Eibishter.
You can also do the oilam before it, whatever the oilam before it is matzil to the oilam after it.
Wow, he takes on as a pashtas.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's all
Moshe doesn't
flat.
like that. He doesn't like the fact that you call him the oilam, the ale of the matzil.
It's just in the
Controversial issue. Very touchy issue. But as I stated, yeah, that's the klal. You have this mekabel ba'ava, right? That the oilam shalom elav, we said this a few times, is the bechina of matzil.
we speak in such a sprach the whole time. And
Do we? Yeah. Where?
we turn on the lights, you say what makes the light, the generator makes the light go. So just
Yeah.
thing
Okay, you
itself.
can't be a lashon from the lashon b'nei adam. It's done. We're not a dactic, lashonis. But
Yeah, but,
the other comes the matzil.
but isn't the main point to remember is that it's not them themselves, it's all the Ori and Sof, which is mislabishing them, which is doing everything.
Yeah. So why is it called the?
We call it
Why is
the-
it called the matzil?
Because that's how it's revealed to us at that stage. That is the levush.
We'll
of
see.
the-
It's a
of
bit.
the-
It's a bit starker than that. It's more stark than that. Okay, let's go back. Kavanoso. So what did the matzah want to do? His kavanoso who lassos lehem b'chinas kelim. Again, we can't lose our focus here. What's the ganze purpose of all this? You can get so caught up with these orders. But what was the tafkid of all this? Tafkid is only one tafkid to make kelim. Sheyochlo lomas atachton l'kabel o shelo shemeir bahem. In order to mekabel this all, because the matzil wants to be mashpia, and he can't be mashpia. His oil is too great, so he has to create kelim to be an emtsoi to mekabel this oil in order to filter through the necessary oil in order for the tachton to mekabel to be nene from the oil. V'hine ra matzil k'adaim lo hayu koch mekabelin l'kabel oil shelenayim ha'elu. After all the worlds that we saw come out from the Achav, and we saw the world of Akudim, it still wasn't Genuksha. The Kelim, it was still, the oil would be too powerful for the Tachtonim. Asher Mokom Hispashtusam Hai Hu Mimokom Atibu Ad Siyum HaReglaim Shel Adam Kadmon. Because when you see the Mokim, what we're interested in is always Tachas Atibu. That's where all the oil Olamas were going to be created.
Mon Ben, you're talking about?
No.
About Atzilus and all
I'm
that?
talking about Atzilus, the world of Atzilus, which is Nagir to us. That's going to be only from the Tibul and Mata. Avad comes up from 9 the Ak again, but only speaking about what's Golut to us. So what did he do with the Matzil? Before he was Matzil, what did he do? He did a Ma'aseh Tzimtzum. Remember? Remember from Igulim V'Yosha? The first perek we learned? Where we spoke about something called the Tzimtzum. What happened over there? You had a Mokum, you had Ribo Or. It was Mitzamtzin, pulled away the ore and put something little, a tip of the ore coming down, which is called the Kav. Okay, so he did this again. Tzimtzum Acher. If you medaik from the Lashon properly, it says Mitzamtzim Atzmo. Shani is Mitzamtzim Atzmo. The Eibshter's commanded him to Mitzamtzim. That's what we should say. What's Mitzamtzim? He himself was Mitzamtzim himself. It says the Kerem Shlomo. You see, there's a koach here that he himself decided to make a tzimtzum himself. He's Mitzamtzim himself. Kilu, like these nivoim, it's not like we think it's. I spoke of this beforehand. It's very stark on this. It's not like we're looking at you're building a binyan. This binyan has no say whatsoever. It's an inanimate object. It's not true at all. These binyanim have das and they have bechira. The lesson says they have bechira and they choose things and it's a labor thing. We have no notion. We think we're the only bal bechira, but be'etzem it's not like that. It's not like that. They have the Eibishter gave them. Avada, everything comes to the Eibishter. Avada, Eibishter can pull the plug and everything disappears. But in the same way, we have Bechira, even though it's a stira, how could we be Bechira, even though Hashem is everything? You know, the Voda, and it's a Yichud Gomo. However you're going to be Masbir, us, you can be Masbir, these entities called the Patsuf and the Spheres, and they're also Azamin Bechira. You know what I'm saying? You look like you're...
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, you happy with that?
Well, you got back to in the beginning of the Bilimud that we don't talk about in Leis Machshot Tfisa Beklav. The Eibishter we don't talk about.
Right.
The ganze Sache is all about what comes after it.
That's right.
So when it says a matzah, it doesn't mean the Eibishter. That's what you're saying.
It doesn't mean the Eibishter, that's
It means
right.
this malach which is called Ak, which we call the matzah, call it what you want.
Yeah, but a Malach is...
It's not Malach.
No, this is better than
I mean,
a
whatever.
Malach. A Malach doesn't have a
refer
Bechira.
to him.
No,
something
I
there.
know, but that's only one Nekuda. The other Nekuda is, can a Malach do whatever he wants to? He can't, right? A Malach is he has a job to do. Once he does it, it's Muvutul, Botul. It's not the case over
The
here.
Malach is the Pula itself.
It's a completely different...
Melacha,
It's a completely different Bechira
Malach.
altogether here. He's chosen Tzimtzum Atzmo. He's chosen...
But maybe he's also got no choice about it. Maybe he was mitzvah himself because
Okay, like
he
I
had no
said,
choice.
in the same way you want to be
It's
Masbir or
Bechira.
Bechira, then you can understand the Bechira and Kira.
Okay.
Right? Do we have a choice?
Yeah, we do have the choice. I don't know if
No,
he's
we
got a
don't.
choice.
No, we don't. Everything, the Eibishter knows exactly what you're going to do. So what's the choice? All right, we're not going to get the... I'm just over here. It's this portion that we're not just building a concrete edifice called Ak, and we're sending all through him, and he's pumping out all. There's choices being made here. I just want to point that out.
My problem is, are you saying they're actually be'etzem separate from the Ein Sof?
No, what do you mean?
It's
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 neshama. It's in the neshama. It's Enzo.
Yeah.
In the same way you have in the neshama, and you have
Exactly.
the
Yeah, that's what I'm
just saying we're the most of this Adam Kadmon.
But I'm just saying it's different from our Bechira because we. All right. Okay. We're
I
not
wouldn't
going.
say that. I wouldn't say that at all.
Well, no. It's much higher. It's different. It's like Hashem being Boicha.
Again, everything on its level, everything is be'erich.
I mean, compared to us.
Okay, we're not comparing. There's no comparison whatsoever. It's
But I'm
like
saying.
we said every madreg, even Zah. Forget Adam Kama. It's Ein Sof. We look at him. Even Zah, when he looks at the Abba V'Ima, he sees Ein Sof, right? He says, "No, for me, it's their Abba V'Ima is like, well, what is that? I see nothing."
The Malachim wanted to serve Adam Harishim in Gan Eden because he was on the high Madriga.
Yeah, Kilo. That's where Avodah Zarah comes from, right? They're not some tip shit. They're going serving bricks and wood. They knew exactly what they're doing. They knew they had a bechina of koiches and a bechina of bechira, and if they were mavakish in a zamin way, they can get exactly what they want from them.
Yeah, but their problem was they didn't realize that it was just
They realized. They realized and they chose the Zion.
That was levush for the Ein Sof.
They knew that.
Well, and
they knew God's Arizal. They knew everything.
So they're being lazy. They're being lazy.
Exactly. Let's do without the avoider.
Without going all the way to...
Without doing Tariq mitzvahs. Right? Let's go to all these koiches and they can be boicha themselves. Let's go to them. Why go and serve Hashem and all these mitzvahs and this and that and tanisim and whatever. Let's cut the...
But none of them were going to the Koch of Kedusha, they're going to the Tzadatuma, they're going to the Kali, no?
Well, it becomes, if you do it in the wrong way.
It becomes.
Once
you do it the wrong way.
You're not drawing it down from the upside, you're not drawing it from the right sources, you're drawing it much lower. So you be matzliach, but it's coming from the sigging.
Yeah. So don't we have to be careful about them when we speak about the matzah and saying it's something else, it's like Adam Kadmon. We still have to remember that the real thing we're talking about is,
like I said, everything
which is being pulled through.
That's why the Arizal makes it clear. Before Adam Kadmon was there was the Ein Sof, and the Adam Kadmon was malbish the Ein Sof. So we know that the ganze neshama of Adam Kadmon is the Ein Sof, right? So
when we say the matzah, we mean the way that
you have to be specific and say Adam Kadmon,
right? But
because otherwise you think you're talking about the Eibishter, which is a big problem. It's the other way. If you think you're talking about the matzah, you can't pinpoint. You can't see. You can't even call him a matzah.
Because you
it sounds to me.
There's much of a tzvis beklav.
Yeah. So that we have to call him Adam Kadmon.
Right, and we call him the Matzil al Shem. That's how the Ein Sof or Ein Sof is being megal itself through this thing called the Matzil. Yeah, that's how he's megal himself to us. So we call him the Matzil.
He's doing a pullus
Because a pullus of Hatzalah. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back. That was just on the side point. V'hu sha'ol shehaya mispashet b'toicha shel odom hazeh mitibur ad siyum raglov Heleu b'chatzi aguf ha'elyon min ha'tibur lemala v'nisha ha'mokom shemin ha'tibur lemata rekam bilti or. So we're talking about the or which is in the pnimis of Ak. We have or which is on top of the tibur, and we have or which is tachas the tibur. Remember we had that picture over there. Can I just borrow this for a second? Remember this is Ak. This is the neshama of Ak we saw. So we have this is the tibur of Ak, right? So you have Ab and Sag above. And underneath here, you also have Ab and Sag, which go all the way down, but also you have the Maum Ben. Okay? So all here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, are all going to go up to the tibur. This is going to be empty of all. That's a tzimtzum.
Where's going to be empty, sorry?
All this makom over here, it's called from the Tiferes, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, that's the tibur. So that's the Tiferes we split into 3 parts. So the Tiferes, the Shlish Tachton of Tiferes will be empty, as well as the Netzach, Hod, Yesod. All that ore is going to be empty, all that ore is going to go up, and it's going to leave all those kelim with no ore whatsoever.
The kelim got no chiyus.
Not Shiur either.
No, there's some Yeshiva, it keeps it alive, yeah. But that's going to be completely vacant of ore, and that's going to go all the way up here. Okay, up in this area over here.
What are the other 2 parts of the Tiferes you mentioned?
Shlish Elyon.
Where's that from?
Here, Tiferes starts from the Chazer,
Right.
around here. Okay, Shlish Amtzoi, and then you have Shlish Tachta of the Tiferes. So from here, from the tibur actually, the tibur, the Shlish Tachton of Tiferes, and Netzach Hod Yesod are all going to be vacated, and that's what he calls by the Tzimtzum. Okay. Now, so again, let's chaziba. So what do we want to do? The Matzil wants to create kelim. Wants to create kelim again in order that the Tachtonim were able to makabel the all. So what does he do over here? He's mitzamtzim himself, raises up all the all, in order that should facilitate this process of making kelim. That's mamish enumovan cho. What's the kesher between the inside of Ak and the outside of Ak? Again, we're talking about the world of Atzilus, which is going to be outside of Ak, right? The Anaima coming out, it's going to go out. This, let's say, Ak Lamoshel, it's coming out from here. It's going to go from Mitibul Lemata, way further away from Ak. What does it help that Ak himself, the Pnimis of Ak, is Male his Tani, Tiferes Netzach Hod Yesod, all the way up to his Tibul? How's that going to facilitate making kelim outside of Ak? You have a shot here?
So maybe the small light which does come out is not too strong to...
Which light? All the all went out.
Nothing left.
Permanently? That's how it is? Even now?
No.
At the end?
No. Some of it's going to come down, most of it's going to go up.
Right,
some of it stay up, some of it goes out.
It's just a
That's
form...
the nine which comes out.
It's just a form of Tzimtzum.
Yeah, but Tzimtzum, when we saw the first Tzimtzum, what did we saw? There was a ribo oil.
Yeah.
It was, all the oil went away, it's too strong.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put in a little calf. Where do we always see now the oil, the mokum pono developing, the in our case, the oils are, but where's the...
Not later?
Later go in, but what does it have to do with the sphere which are outside of Ak?
So he's saying that the whole Tachlis was that the one which is coming later, he's less strong, and we're going to work on him, not on the one which went up.
When are we going to work on him?
I don't know. Whatever the Hemshech is.
We haven't left it yet.
Right.
Something coming up later. No?
Right. Well, we saw it beforehand. We saw from the Doifner Gufa Ak, there's going to be oils coming out. Okay, so you're on the right track. So what's going to happen now is the oil is going to come all the way up, right? And then there's going to be what's going to be called a palsa. The Eibush is going to draw a line there. A parts of dak there, but in our bodies it's called the diaphragm, which separates the higher bechinas from the lower bechinas, and therefore all the ore is going to be all the way up there koching away, because there's no space in Ak, right? Even before the Tzimtzum, there was no area which is ponu of ore, right? When you bring up more ore, you're going to create a lot of tumult up there, right? So eventually it's going to crack through the parsa, and go. Some of the ore is going to leak down back outside, and go back down from the tibur lemata, and puncture through the ore of Adam Kadmon, and hit into the ore which is coming up in the Naidak. So it's going to go like this outside the Naidak, and from the tibur lemata, when it finally gets there, it's going to bash into it like this.
Why doesn't it all go up?
What?
Why doesn't it all go up? I just have to go back down, and then more oil should come up from mine.
Okay, so they have to decide which wall is going to be allowed out, which way they're going to go down. So only a chelik, the ben, went out, and some of the ore went down, some of the sag went down, and some of them just stayed upstairs, above the tibur. But again, the whole process was first way threefold. There's three types of tzimtzumim happening first. Okay, first of all, the fact that the ore went up, that's the ikka ore. Whatever comes down is always known as a tolda ore. The lesson spelled that clearly. There's always a process, two-way process called ispashtus rishon, istalkus rishon, ispashtus sheni, istalkus sheni. That's the way it goes. Now, says the lesson, when the ore went in, istalkus rishon, when it came back out, that it didn't come out the same ore. And Avad didn't come out stronger, it actually came out only a tolda of the ore. A tamsis of the ore came back out. Okay? So when this went up, only a tamsis came down. That's the first tzimtzum. Second tzimtzum that happened when he put the parsa there, when it went through the parsa, also is memayit ore. And then finally goes through the guf ak also, which is another mechitza, that's also mitzamtzum the ore. So all this was one big tzimtzum, what you call tzimtzum acher, in order to memayit the ore, in order that when the ore comes out from the ak, it's not going to mevatel the kelim, mevatel the ore which comes out the now, which is much weaker.
Which one's weaker?
The ben.
The ore from the Naim
Yeah.
is weaker, you mean, than achaf's ore?
No, the ore which is going to come down, we'll see in a minute, the ore which is coming down is a stronger ore than the ore which came out.
Why is that?
Because first of all, it went all the way up, came all the way out, so that's also a form of tzimtzum. The further it goes from its source is mitibul lemata.
Oh, so you mean it already went down and then up, then out the
No, it was down.
Yeah.
It was down.
That was the beginning.
Right, began. What above the tibul,
Right.
and then eventually it goes through the naim de'ak.
And those are the iris of the Naim Da'ak that we've been speaking
That
about.
we've been speaking about, right?
Ah.
It comes all the way out, so that the further it goes from source, where it's from tibul lemata, going very, very far, it comes all the way flying millions of miles away from Ak. Okay? That's called a tzimtzum. It's mitzamtzum himself, midin richuk mokom. Okay? The ore, which is in the pneumius of Ak, which comes down the palsa.
Well, because of the tumult, which platzes.
Yeah, platzes, it comes bursts down through the palsa. Is much stronger ore, which is going to mevatel the ore in Naim.
Why is it stronger? Because it's nearer to his Bukhari.
Yeah, it's a different type of ore as well.
Different type of
We'll see. We'll speak about the details later on. Okay, but that's the vote.
So you're saying that
in order not to mevatel, that was the whole purpose of it, in order to create kelim. And how do you create kelim? The further you get, the richuk mokum is megash in the ore, becomes more of it becomes a keli through that. So by putting in ore, which is too strong, with mevatel it. That's why he did this process of the three-way stages. The way the Tiva Chaim explains it, the stages of tzimtzum here.
So you're saying the ore which comes out of the parsa, what do you call it, the parsa?
Parsa, yeah, it's called
Parsa is actually stronger than the ore which comes out of the Naim?
Yeah.
And is that got anything to do with Or Choyzer?
This is Or Choyzer, yeah.
This is Or Choyzer?
Yeah, it comes from down up, it's Choyzer
Right.
back to
So it's really like, it goes one down, and when it comes out, as it's going up...
No, nothing went down.
No, you said because it went down
Eventually,
first.
yeah. First it goes up and then it goes down, yeah.
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 So,
Okay.
but as it's going up, then from the Acharaim, it's coming down the Or. Is that how it works?
Yeah, we don't speak about that here. That's only
Right,
the
is
CS
it-
Kalim, that's the CS Kalim, the
But
Achorai.
is that the Or coming through the Parsa?
No,
Ah.
the Ika ore is coming down.
Right.
Special Shane is the actual ore is coming
So,
down. Ore Lachamim.
so where is
Not the
it?
ore-
So there isn't any Or Choyzer to speak of here.
You mean in that bechina? Yeah, no, but we call that Or Choizer.
So Or Choizer can be a general
No, when it's
term.
going up is Or Choizer, not when it's coming down. When it's coming down is Or
When we speak about Or Choizer by the...
Yeah, we spoke about a different bechina of Or Choizer.
As it's going up, then some of it drips
dripping
down.
out from the back of the Achoraim. That's what we call Or Choizer.
Right, but it's different here.
Yeah. Okay, but Maskir Yavim Yid Milsa Milsa. Bekol Atzilus Hu Bechinetz Chatzi Tiferetz V'Nitzach B'Hod Yisod. Okay, so we're going to build a klal here. So what do we see? We saw the all of everything from the Tani of Ak went up, right? Tiferetz Nitzach B'Hod Yisod went up above the Tibur. The Tibur is where the Tiferetz, the Shlish Tiferetz. So build the binyan up. So therefore, in order to create any new world, that means you have to vacate the Tani. The whole, you keep this cloud in your Yodcha, Tikach Ekov Yodcha. This is how you create a world. The worlds are always created on the Tani of the world above it. Okay, let's read that again. Anytime you want to create any world, Hu bechinetz chatzi. It's not. The mafash is clear. It's lavdaka. Chatzi means shlish tachtonim. The tiferes netzahod yosod. Hem tamid meirim ba'olam shelemata. There's different gears. Meirim or nivroim. Ki anahi deza meirim. Meirim the Rav Shalom brings out the mevor sha'orim, mulodim is moilid instead of meirim is moilid. Ela nukveya. That means the nukveya is always the path for shelemata. V'nahi de abba v'ima leza. From the nahi of Abba V'Ima we created a new pasuk called Za. V'nai Da'achampim is going to be Meir or Moilid. Abba V'Ima create Abba V'Ima. V'nai Da'atik La'achampim. V'nai Da'adam Kadmon Le'atik or V'kol Atzilus Kilo Sheniva. Okay, so that's a rule. Gam Tevim, you should also understand. Ki V'kol B'chinas Otzrot or Chadoshim, another rule. Hayakoidim Lahem Inim Tzimtzum. As we saw over here. What do we see? We saw that there was a tzimtzum aliyas man. Aliyas man went up to the chest from the tibur, from the tani until the chazer. And what came out of that? A new oil came out flying out of the anayim. New oil came out flying from the anayim. That's every all chodesh has to be preempted by a tzimtzum. That's also a very important rule. כי כן מצינו בערך בערך אנפין שצמצם נאי שלו כדי להפקה לזון in order to create a new partsuf you vacate the nahi שלו כדי להפקה in order that zun should be able to benefit from it. כניסקה במקוימס in Shaar Za, perek base. וכן היה בזה אדם קדום ואין להר בעניין זה. Because it's of a poshut, that's a cloud that goes over and over again.
He changed from what I said before. He said from the he of Arkampin you get Abba V'Ima.
Yeah.
So why did he change it?
Because Za is also Malbish Arif.
They both come.
Yeah.
So you can skip the Abba V'Ima stage.
No, you have to first build them and then Za gets from Abba V'Ima and Achanami, but it also gets directly from Arich because the Malbish touches the Abba V'Ima onto Arich. Arich is here, Abba V'Ima is on top of here, and the Zun is over here. Well, Yasser actually. Alright.
So where do we see...
Alright, we'll go over that point.
So where do we see in what we said before, what he writes over here, that whenever...
The last rule?
Yeah, that first there's a tzimtzum and then there's Eretz Chadoshim.
Yeah.
Is it something which we saw?
No, we haven't seen it yet. Well, we're talking about the Bechinas Anayim.
Yeah.
That's a new all. Because we'll see, as the tzimtzum happens, it's called an Aliyas Man. Aliyas Man, Maim Nukvim. It's going to go up, and it's going to go all. There's going to be a zivug ab and sag, right? There's also ab and sag. That's going to create new bechinas in the old ben, and it's going to come out.
So where's that's the tzimtzum? The tzimtzum where the oil comes up.
Yeah,
And
so
then it
yeah,
creates
Samson
new
brings it
things.
up. Yeah, like the Mokampono, it's the exact same thing there. You push to the side or up, you know, it's a ball. Yes, up, down, same thing. Brings it back to the Mokol, and then something new comes in. The calf comes in. Same process. It always comes in the same process over and over again. Okay. A few more minutes. Or?
Yes, when we speak about Aliyas Mon, yeah, all these things we'll be talking about Or Choizer, like we spoke about in in the Oros, when we spoke about the coming out of the pair, when we spoke about the 4 stages, the Or go down and back up, the Or Chozer, and over here as well, with this Or going up and before it goes through the parsa. Is that what we call Aliyas Mon generally?
Yeah.
So that's our avodah.
Yeah.
And
Now the parsa.
The parsa.
What?
Sorry, did I say something wrong?
Yeah, no.
Yes,
We're gonna, next
time.
thing we're talking about is the parsa. Go ahead. Do you want to ask something?
Yeah. No, just like off the subject. I mean, it was like in Shmuel Esra. Is that why, when you get to Hashiv Sheftin, that after Lamashinim, then the spheres go in reverse order until Tiferes? Is that the same idea here? It's like
No.
it's not the same.
No.
Like, you know what I'm talking about from
Yeah.
Al Tzadikim to Shema Koleinu.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different thing.
Yeah.
Is it not connected at all?
The earliest mother. No.
No.
The Ava and Simshol.
Okay.
There's the earliest mother. Okay, so let's go. Parsa. Just a few more minutes. והנה, אחרי שצמצם מעצמו כנזכר, שם נהיה פרסה באמצע גופו. The diaphragm that we're speaking about. במוקם טיבורם מפנים כדי שיפסיק בינתיים. In order that the ore should not go back down. והוא סוד ירק יהיה בתוך המים. He mabdin b'mayim. That's the same principle that was used over there. Just Sheitz Bereshis. They put a pass over there in order to keep the differentiate between the two mimes. Kinisa b'sefer Zohar Parshas Bereshis Daf Lamed Beis. Ik chuma be'emtzeusa me'oi debar nash. This is the same kum which we call the diaphragm in the stomach of a person. The iu pastig mitata le'ela in order to divide the top part and the bottom part. Vishayiv me'ila v'hiv letata. Its person is to draw down from the top and to give to the bottom. V'az nisha b'kol oiros le'ela mehai pasa. Therefore, it went all the way up above tibur, and that's pasa kept everything up above the pasa. V'hayasham dochuk u'mehud. Like we said, it was got a tumor there because there was no space for it. It just mamish got stuffed up there. As baka who pasa, it burst the pasa. The yored the heir Shaar guf minat tibur lemat, and again bursting down. That means only a chelik of the horse. Very important to that. V'zehi b'chilas pasa sheniska b'reish idra rab and the Zohar b'dush ve'elo malochim dav kuf chav ches. V'zeh ma shemuvua b'Zohar v'is chad pasa ben amatzi lekeseh. Because in every part of you, not only in the worlds, in Ak we find this, in the worlds we find this differentiation. This pasa which differentiates the higher parts of to the lower parts of. And that's where the keser of the top of the bottom parts of, that's where the pasa will be in order to make a differentiation between the
That's where what will be? Sorry.
The differentiation between one and the other is where the keser. That's where the pasa. That's where the pasa will be put. Okay, we'll stop it here, and then we'll continue more about this next time about the pasa.
So you're saying that from just below the tibur, it's got some sort of keser there?
Yeah, that's right. Where the tiferes is, you find the keser.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll speak
But
about
you don't find that with any of the other spheres.
It's always the same.
It's just with Tiferes, it's a special one because that's where things get split.
That's right.
Is that with Yaakov and Rachel? That's where.
We'll speak about that next time.
Is it?
Okay.
Good. My closest.